Hello, my name is Gaurab Dawadi. I'm a Ph.D. candidate in King's College London. I'm presenting on the complexities in risk communication for flood early warning system in Nepal and India. Early warning system is recognized as a crucial mechanism for disaster risk reduction. Despite the advances in technologies, the biggest shortcomings of early warning system is that they are still failing to reach the people at risk in developing countries like Nepal and India. It is because the effective early warning system not only requires sound technological basis but also depends upon how risk information is understood and interpreted in a particular society. The study area of this research is the Kosi River basin across Nepal and India border. The research is based on qualitative analysis of 90 interviews taken at different levels. Kosi is a transboundary river running across China, Nepal and India. Annually, Kosi and its tributaries cause widespread flooding and inundation. Flood-affected people take refuge on embankments for about a month under the makeshift huts. Living conditions on embankment lack even basic amenities such as toilets or electricity, and women suffer the most during these evacuations as they face harassment and gender-based violence. Recently, significant advancements have occurred in the sector of information dissemination for early warning system in Nepal and India. Department of Hydrology and Meteorology in Nepal sends targeted mass SMS for certain rivers in Nepal, and similarly in India, Bihar State Disaster Management Authority sends text messages for certain rivers to key authorities working in response institutions. Also, flood forecast bulletins are issued daily in monsoon season to response institutions, as well as web-based real-time telemetric information is displayed in website, and social media is also used in both countries. Now I'm talking about the major challenges that people mentioned during my fieldwork. One of the major challenges is on the information outreach, as majority of poor people and especially women don't have access to the risk information as they don't have mobile phones. In India, only Thanedar and Mukhia at the local level receive text message, and people around them only get the information. Most of the flood-affected community only know about flood when they see the flood. Also, in those text messages, the information only contains river depth, which people find it difficult to relate spatially to decide for evacuation. The information is not understood correctly as the risk information is sent in different language, while in the study area people use Maithili as their first language. Using the current flood forecast models, Nepal can predict floods 3 days in advance, but authorities only send message to the community about 1 to 2 hours in advance. When they compare the flood model outputs with the telemetric information, and when they are absolutely sure about flooding. People complain that they receive text messages about roughly 1.5 hours before flooding when they are already surrounded with water, which gives them inadequate response time to save their assets and commodities. Also, in both countries, community inclusion and knowledge co-production is non-existent, as technical institutions stress more effort on improving the model outputs but are not dealing with the people at ground. The key learnings from this study are: risk communication is a social process of meaning creation rather than convincing people about hazard. Therefore, understanding how community interprets the risk information and takes it into action is vital for a successful early warning system. The risk communication methods used in Nepal employ one-way communication where information is given to the people, and the early warning system models are neither inclusive nor flexible enough to incorporate local knowledge into decision-making process. My recommendations are: the early warning system should be people-centered rather than technology-centered, and impact-based forecasting is required, especially targeting the most vulnerable ones in a society. And local people's participation should not just limit to the target groups. The participation is required for knowledge co-production and decision making, and mobile technology could also be used for awareness raising activities and for the capacity building of people. Thank you for your attention.